Now, just to show you that I'm not making it up, as you can see here in my Phantom wallet, I am stacking 6 figures, and that is by just following the method that I'm going to show you today. Okay, the way forward is not trading, it is developing. You can't just make this kind of money by squeezing out tiny trades. It's just not going to happen. Stick around and I'll show you how. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. All right, if you're still here at this point, that means you can be part of this exclusive club. So here we have a load of different coins on the market right now, and there's just something that I wanted to talk about before we dived into our development process. The whole thing with trading is frankly quite stressful. You've got to look at all these charts here, and look right here. So we can see this coin is in the middle of a massive crash right here. So we can look at all these charts and we can say, right, oh, okay, that's on a low now. So do I sell it on, or do I buy it now and then do I sell it later? How long do I leave it? When do I sell it? You know, and there's all this information that we have to look at. I mean, it's frankly, it's baffling. You know, I mean, I could go up here. Let's have a look at some of these trades and wallets here. We could look at this performance over time. We could look at all this data, look at the amount of money that this person's making. So let's have a look at their trades. Let's, you know, I mean, it's just so much, and it's not a simple process. And to be a consistently successful trader, frankly, is just too much for even the biggest brains to deal with. So what we're going to do instead is we can go back to createcoin.fund. This is the site that we are going to use, and it's going to simplify our money making process ridiculously. As you can see, we don't even need to know how to code in order to make our coins. That was a big barrier before, but no more. The barrier is gone. You can get in on the action. Okay, you do not need to know how to code. You just got to be able to press a few buttons. That's all that you need. Now, when we get into this, I will show you those steps. But first, I wanted to show you the difference between the kinds of markets that you have on meme coins. So looking here, this is the pump market right now. And, you know, the market caps aren't great. Plus, they take quite a lot of fees, even when you do make some money. However, if we switch to Dynamic BC, which shows us the Metora market. So looky here, you've got these much higher numbers, and these coins are going to be a lot hotter because there's just way less shovelware on this market. So you don't have as many coins to compete with. So when we migrate over, we will see some really good results, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get those results and how to break past those initial barriers that make your coin worth something. So what we could do is we could make our coin on createcoin.fund. We need to connect our wallet first. So we connect the Phantom wallet here, just 2 button clicks, and we are connected. So I'm going to show you how much I've got in the Phantom wallet at the moment. So it's $102. I recommend about $100 in the wallet just to get this going. That's the kind of money you need to kick this into gear. This is where we could make our token name. We could call it whatever we like, just call it coin, whatever. But the problem is we're going to have to start looking at marketing. We're going to have to look at generating hype. We're going to have to look at how the hell we get people to buy our coin. And that takes a lot of effort, a lot of know-how, and way too much energy that I've got to spare. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to pull a little secret trick here. We're going to use the copy trending tab. Now, this trending tab is going to be one of our secret weapons. So all of these coins here are already doing really well. They're already rocking it. So what we need to do is pick whichever coin takes our fancy. Now, it could be any one. It could be one of the ones that have a pretty good market cap. It could be one that has a funny name. These are all good coins to go with. So truthfully, it doesn't really matter. I'll just pick the one that strikes you at the time. So just having a look at a few of these and some really good market caps here, but there's just a lot to choose from. But let's have a look here. Ooh, okay. We've got USDC Troll here. Now, that might be one that will do very well. Take a look at this market cap, 4.1k. That is quite high for the trending tab. Let's hit copy coin. And it's as easy as pushing that button there. Now, your Phantom wallet is going to come up with a couple of pop-ups here. So it will say things like proceed anyway and unsafe. Now, it's just a transaction that Phantom is not quite used to. You will just continue and proceed through all of this. It's very much part of the process. So just click through that, and then you will create your liquidity pool. Now, this is where we're going to put some of our money down. So we need to click this button here, and the only number we need to change on this menu is the amount of SOL. So the amount of SOL I put in is usually quite low. It's normally around 0.2. So that's what I'm going to put in today. That seems to work for me every single time. So what we do is we hit 0.2, we create our pool, we confirm the transaction to put our money into the coin, and that will slap it directly into the market. So just wait around a little bit, and there we are. Okay, so we have our coin here, and there we go. So we've got our estimated value currently at $12.57, and we've got 0.2 SOL in there. That's the SOL that we put in. Now, before we have a look on Dex Screener, there's one more thing we're going to have to do, and that is click this lightning bolt button. You can see here that the website has a boost token function. So this is where you put in 0.25 SOL, and that is going to boost us to the top of Dex Screener's charts. So all those bots and all those trend chasers, they're going to see us, and they're going to get the hype going even more than it already is. We need to confirm this transaction because this is what is going to secure us all of that money. So let's take a look here. 12.57, we'll see what it looks like at the end. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch us over to Dex Screener so that we can have a quick look at how our coin is doing. So let's switch over here. Always a flashbang every time. And then let's have a look. So already you can see we've got a bunch of buys already. The coin is hot. Loads of traders are on it. We've already breached 70 traders. I mean, I feel like I'm commentating on a race because I can barely keep up with any of this usually. Let's have a look. So liquidity's at 1K already, market cap at 1.3, our volume 18K, traders up to 172, nearly 200 traders. We've got equal buyers and equal sellers, more or less. Now, obviously, as long as the coin ends up higher than where it starts, which is very likely, as long as you've got at least one buyer, it's going to be higher than where it starts, then we are going to make some money. But that boost is doing exactly what it needs to do. The boost has kicked us up to the top of the charts, and we are trending. We are super hot at the moment. So all of the trend chasers are buy, 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 buy. All the bots, buy, 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 buy. All right, we're going to get some sells in. Obviously, that's going to happen. But for the most part, we have got everybody looking at our coin, buying like crazy. When we feel like we've had enough, all we need to do is remove that liquidity. But let's have a look at our numbers. 1.13K. Guys, we started at $12 in our estimated value. Look at the pooled SOL. 0.2 is turned into 18 whole SOL. There we are. Look at that, my guys. We are on fire. So let's hit this minus button. Let's hit 100%. Let's remove all of that liquidity and put it straight into our pocket. All we need to do is confirm the transaction, and then we are paid. Now, if you leave a like, a good comment, and you subscribe to this video, we will be giving away 50% of what we make. Let's have a look at what that number is going to be. Okay, guys, we have easily near enough 10x. Okay, 1,130. If you're not trying this method out yourselves at the moment, I don't know what you're doing. You need to get on this now before the market floods, because seriously, I've made so much money.